So, I have an absolutely infuriating story to talk about today, and that is that Attorney General Jeff Sessions has decided on his own to roll back Obama era policies that protected marijuana use in states that had already legalized it for medicinal or recreational purposes. So, Obama passed this thing called the Cole Memorandum. And that, like I said, basically told the federal government not to persecute any states that are going to legalize weed or have it available for medicinal purposes. In fact, there's even a 12-year-old girl in, forget the state, I believe it could be Oregon, that is suing Jeff Sessions right now over just that. She has seizures, I think grand mal seizures, which are like the worst kind I think you can get, where they happen repeated times every day. And CBD oil is the only thing that's been proven to be like a safe and effective way to reduce the amount almost to like zero, or like 1 or 2 a day, as compared to like 30 or 50 or 100, even more. So, and CBD, by the way, doesn't get you high at all. CBD it's a non-psychoactive cannabinoid. THC is a psychoactive cannabinoid. There's like thousands of cannabinoids in cannabis, and they all could have like certain medical purposes. We don't know. There's so much research that could be done into this amazing plant, and instead we have our government acting like fucking undemocratic is exactly the word for it. 64% of people in a Gallup poll from last October, of all Americans, 64% are on board with legalizing it recreationally. And that's 51% of Republicans. That's the first time it's ever been a majority of Republicans. I think 84% of Democrats. No, 79% of Democrats are on board with it. And then for upholding states' rights to legalize it, Democrats vote 84%, Republicans 59%. So that's a 75% approval rate of letting states do what they want to do. You know what else has a 75% approval rate? Me neither. Like, that's like unheard of in Washington, D.C., where everything is so hyper-partisan, yet these weird fringes on the right wing insist that marijuana is so bad for people, despite the mountains of evidence, the numerous doctors that have come out against keeping it illegal, the millions of Americans who have voiced their opinions through voting for it. And there was a huge backlash in Washington because of his decision. So on Twitter, I have a few tweets I want to read. Bernie Sanders, of course, laying it down as always, saying, "No, Attorney General Sessions, marijuana is not the same as heroin. No one who has seriously studied the issue believes that. Quite the contrary. We should allow states the right to move towards the decriminalization of marijuana, not reverse the progress that has been made." So that was his statement on Twitter. And he's absolutely right. But my favorite tweet had to definitely come from the Colorado State Democrats Twitter account. It's run by like interns, but nonetheless, this is a great one. Quote, "We'll give Jeff Sessions our legal pot when he takes it away from our warm, interesting to look at hands." Because when you're high, you want to look at your hands. It's an old joke. Okay. And Senator Cory Gardner of Colorado. Now, he's a Republican. Like I said, this issue has pissed off a lot of people in Washington. And Cory Gardner made a speech in front of Congress today, so I just want to play a bit of that.
Up until about 8:58 this morning, 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 8:58 we believed in Colorado that states' rights would be protected. Up until about 8:58, maybe it was 8:55, until Twitter told us otherwise, we believed that the will of Colorado voters would be respected. That was back in the spring of 2016, and up until 8:58 this morning, that was the policy. One tweet later, one policy later, a complete reversal of what many of us on the Hill were told before the confirmation, what we had continued to believe the last year, and without any notification, conversation, or dialogue with Congress. Completely reversed. Now, perhaps the Department of Justice didn't think this would be a big deal. I understand Attorney General Jeff Sessions' opposition to marijuana, of legalization of marijuana. I opposed the legalization of marijuana in Colorado, but this is about a decision by the state of Colorado, and we were told that states' rights would be protected, and not just by the Attorney General, then the nominee to be Attorney General. We were told that by then candidate Donald Trump. What has changed the president's mind? Why is Donald Trump thinking differently today about what he promised the people of Colorado in 2016? The reverse course today. What changed? I'd like to know that. I think the people of Colorado deserve to have that answer. Without the Cole Memorandum, legal businesses operating in accordance to states' rights, states' laws, they're operating now under a cloud of uncertainty. Thousands of jobs at risk, millions of dollars in revenue, and certainly the question of constitutional states' rights very much at the core of this discussion. Because I believe what happened today was a trampling of Colorado's rights, its voters, and sure, this was a heavily debated issue, something that I've already said that I opposed. But the people of Colorado spoke. They spoke loudly, and I believe if the same question were asked today, they'd even have more support for the decision they made back several years ago. I agree with President Trump that this decision should be left up to the people of Colorado and to other states. And I call on Attorney General Sessions to explain to me why President Trump was wrong in 2016 and what changed their minds, and that they reverse their decision to withdraw and rescind the Cole Memorandum, and that they re-implement and reinstate the Cole Memorandum. And until that happens, I think I am obligated by the people of Colorado to take all steps necessary to protect the state of Colorado and their rights. And that's why I will be putting today a hold on every single nomination from the Department of Justice until Attorney General Jeff Sessions lives up to the commitment that he made to me in my pre-confirmation meeting with him, the conversation we had that was specifically about this issue of states' rights in Colorado. Until he lives up to that commitment, I will be holding all nominations to the Department of Justice. The people of Colorado deserve answers. The people of Colorado deserve their will to be respected. Madam President, I yield the floor and note the absence of a quorum.
Damn right. I love that. He's absolutely right. I can't think of anything he didn't say other than, actually list some numbers and facts, because Colorado, man, they have made over $600 million since weed was first legalized back in 2014. $600 million. That's over $500 million in tax revenue. In total revenue, in just the U.S. last year alone, $6.7 billion was made in revenue, not for taxes. That is estimated to rise to $21 billion by 2021. So in just 3 years from now, that is supposed to triple. Everybody's on the side of legalization, and here we have Jeff Sessions going against the will of the American people, going against science, going against sick children, and implementing his will as he sees fit. I mean, good luck trying to take it, man. That's all I can say. If that's really where his heart is at, and that's where Donald Trump's heart is at, good luck. Because shit will hit the fan. I mean, Jeff Sessions already made the marijuana stocks plummet that are trading on Wall Street. I would know because I fucking have some. And yeah, so that's another reason to be pissed about this. He's making companies divest from the free market because he is being a tyrant and a despot. What else is there to describe it as? So I guess voice your opinion, get fucking mad, call somebody. I don't care if it's your mom or a senator, just call somebody and complain about this, because everybody needs to know this is outrageous. All right. Well, I'll see everybody next time. Thanks for tuning in to the Primo Show. Peace.